Okay, thank you. It's my pleasure to call to the stage Ms. Krystell Jaber, Head of Retail Communications at BLOM Bank, who's going to give us some insights about what they've been doing from a social media perspective. We'll have two social media case studies for banks, one from the bank side and one from the agency side. We wanted to kind of give you guys both perspectives. So welcome, Ms. Krystell.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining the presentation. My name is Krystell Jaber. Thank you, Amar, for the introduction. I've been head of retail communication in BLOM Bank for over a year now. Before that, I've been working in the digital field for over 4 years. And I joined BLOM Bank in order to establish their social and digital presence. And I'm going to showcase to you in 10 minutes what I think was our key success during the past year and which allowed us to have a good social media presence. So a lot of people were asking previously about how can you convince an institution to go into the digital era. Well, I think that it's a problem because you cannot go to an institution and ask them to believe in the digital era. The decision has to come from within the institution. Once the institution is ready, they will embrace the platform. So for all the agencies out there, you just have to wait for banks and other institutions to come up and tell you we're ready to launch, and then they will start working on their strategy. So I'm going to go through 5 practical steps to establish a strategy before you go online. So phase 1, we start by studying a bit the competition. What is everyone else doing? It doesn't have to be only direct competition. You have to look on a local level and on an international level, and you need to look at what everyone else is doing, who is being successful, what are they doing, how are they reaching their objectives. And then you need to set your own objectives because your strategy will highly depend upon what are your objectives. Your objectives could be to just secure your online presence in order to have a crisis response. You could be there to interact with your customers. You could be there to create and generate new sales. So your objectives will depend highly on your strategy. Afterwards, you need to see what you have already there. A lot of entities will have some kind of unofficial presence, so you need to get out there and you need to check out all the possible social platforms, and you need to see what is going on then. And once you establish your current situation analysis, you will be able to decide which platforms are you looking to embark on, because again, depending on your objectives, you might need to embark on Twitter, you might need to get a presence on Facebook, so it all depends on your objectives. And finally, you need to assess your digital assets. Okay, this is very important because if you do not have strong digital assets, your strategy will not be very successful. Everything you do on digital and social platforms will have to link in a way or another to your digital assets. And finally, the 5th step is actually over and over, you need to revise your strategy every once in a while because the social and the digital platform is very dynamic. What applies now will definitely not apply in 6 months. Take, for example, Facebook timeline. It was not there 6 months or so ago. Now everything switches according to the timeline. It's a different user interface. It's a different strategy. So now that you have your strategy in place, I'm going to go through quickly some very straightforward rules that will help you to be successful on Facebook. So you start with, which is extremely important, you need to have a plan. Once you decide to go on any digital or social platform, you cannot just decide to go there. You need to have a 6-month or a 1-year plan, and you need to do it, and it has to be in line with your objectives, of course, and that you have to revisit it every once in a while. But it is very important because once you launch, if you do not keep feeding your Facebook or social presence, you will not be able to maintain your presence. Then you need to create initiatives online on any platform that will have 2 main objectives. First, you need to retain the fans you already have or whatever followers you have, and then you need to work on engaging and attracting new fans. These 2 objectives will have completely separate action plans, but you need to work on both of them. You need to retain the fans you have, and you need to attract new fans in order to evolve. And how can you do that? Well, you have to link everything you do offline, and you have to do it online as well. You cannot have a campaign running offline and It has no sign of whatsoever being done online. At the same time, once you have all the first three elements completed, you will automatically have created ambassadors for you online. Ambassadors will be people who will defend you and who will be like your brand ambassadors. They will stand for what you stand, and they will protect your image in front of any negative or any unsatisfied client. Because definitely you will have cases where unsatisfied clients will keep posting and share their feedback. If you are not there, or it is much more convenient and credible if you have other people protecting your brand and your image for you. Actually, this is what Web 3.0 is about. It's not about you saying good stuff about you, it's about getting other people to endorse your image and to support it. And then you have to choose a tone of voice for your brand. Your tone of voice online should be similar to your tone of voice offline. If you are a young and dynamic bank or institution, your tone of voice online will be young and dynamic. If you are a very serious and conservative bank, you will have to have a very serious and conservative tone of voice online. And you need a good backup system, you need good internal resources, you need a good agency, and you need a good set of procedures and guidelines in place. For all of you who are wondering whether you should hire an agency or deploy a team internally to handle your social media, well, for us, it works both ways. We have an agency that we work with, and yet we have an internal team because you cannot get the creative and the technical expertise internally. You need to rely on the expertise of an agency, but at the same time, no one will understand your brand and your business as much as someone from your company. So it's a very win-win situation, and it works perfectly. And then you need to have a good crisis exit strategy. After all, you're there in case something, and surely there will be times when things will go wrong, and you need to decide beforehand what you will do. You cannot wait until something bad goes, and then you decide what to do. You need to decide beforehand on what your crisis strategy will be. So I'm gonna go into a bit more specifically now and about our Facebook page. So when we went through the 5 steps to decide upon our strategy, we decided that our main objective was to interact and engage more with our customers. So we found that Facebook was the ideal platform to do so, given that it is the most popular social network in Lebanon. Although Twitter is gaining a lot of popularity lately, but still, Facebook is the most active platform among users in Lebanon. So we joined Facebook officially in 2011. We switched our page into the new Facebook timeline last month in February, and we currently have around 69,500 fans. Although this number, we do not communicate this number, and we do not regard it as a factor of success, because what we care about is having people engaging with us on Facebook. That's why Facebook introduced lately the people talking about your page number, and we work on having that number increasing instead of the number of fans. Also, given the number of fake and spam profiles that you have lately on Facebook. And we try as much as possible to keep our fans from becoming fake and spam fans, because there exists a lot of spams and a lot of profiles who are just there to help each other win in competitions. It's becoming too much of a hassle. But luckily, we were able to maintain a very low number and ratio of fake profiles. We do report and we do block a lot of users who we consider to be spam or fake profiles. We do report them to Facebook, of course. So I'm going to focus now on a case study of an initiative we did not very recently, in December 2011. So we decided to launch and to promote a service we offer to our customers, and which allows them to design any card of their choice. You can have a debit, a prepaid, or a credit card, and you can put any design you wish to have on it. We've been having the service for more than 3 years, but we never thought of communicating it on a separate level. With Facebook, we realized, given that it is a technological service, at the same time it's a fun service, not very corporate or bank related, we thought we could do something to promote it better to the public. So we decided to launch a competition and ask users to design their own card and place it on Facebook. And for the initiative to be successful, we had to work on two elements. First of all, we had to make it engaging and we had to make it exciting. To make it exciting, we introduced the cash rewards. We gave away around $12,500 in terms of awards. And to make it engaging, we created a voting system that allowed users to share their designs amongst each other and amongst their friends. At the same time, in order to keep a credibility for the competition, we introduced a jury, a specialized jury that included teachers from Alba and artists in Lebanon. They chose 3 of the winners, while 2 other winners were chosen to having had the highest number of votes. So it was really being perceived as a fair and credible competition, because it was not completely based on your popularity, it was based as well on your design skills. So the results, we had more than 700 cards submitted and more than 10,000 votes, keeping in mind that we only allowed users to vote once per card, so we had 10,000 unique votes, if you like. And now I'm going to show you some screenshots of the application we developed. This is the landing page on our Facebook fan page. It's an introduction about the application, what's it all about. And then once you like the page, or if you already like the page, you will get this one instead, where you will be able to see all the submitted designs and you will be able to view them one by one. And you will be able also to upload your photo. Of course, we had an approval process and the screening process. Not all the photos were uploaded directly online. We had to approve them one by one. And then once the competition ended, we threw a small reception, and we had a lot, we invited everyone who won, and these are the cards that won. The first one is obviously the most popular by vote, and these are the cards. So what's next? We have, as I said in the beginning, we have a 6-year strategy, a 6-month strategy. We are working on leveraging more on our experiences with our customers. We really feel that Facebook has allowed us to push our relationship with them to a higher level, and we will be using the platform more and more, and we will be definitely using other platforms as well. And that's it. Thank you.